Track your progress in any way that you can. I think it's so important to track your progress to see how far you've come from day one. And this is something I learned in 75 Hard. One that I'm going to focus on is the reading the book. So it's like such a small detail, but I think that like people don't realize like how important this little detail is. But the reason that in 75 Hard you're not supposed to listen to audiobooks and you're not supposed to like read on your tablet is because when you have a physical book in your hand, you can physically see your progress. So I'm almost halfway through this book, and I really like thought about it today. I was like, wow, I'm almost done with it. And like seeing that I'm like, I feel like visually seeing how far I've made it just makes me feel better, and it makes me want to read more. So that is like such a small little detail that I picked up on. I think tracking your progress in any way, if possible, you can. Even just talking about like how you're feeling about a certain thing, and then looking back at that and seeing how far you've gone is so important in tracking your progress. So I'm going to first start with my physical tracking. So things that you can see, numerical tracking, and yeah. So first starting off with the physical stuff. First off is my weigh-in. I'm currently weighing at 203 pounds. And like I always say, I don't really have a numerical goal. Like I'm not like it has to be 140, but I guess like if I, like I always say, if I do have to put a number anywhere between like 130 and 160, it's such a large range, but I can't really put a number on a weight that I want to be, because like the number truly doesn't matter. Numerical 203, we'll see where I am at the end. But yeah, I'm trying to take that habit of focusing on that number, and we're throwing that habit to the trash this 2024 year. Measure my neck, my arms, my waist, my chest, my lower tummy, upper thigh, lower thigh, and I think that's it. So I'm going to leave the measurements right here. Also, I'm going to read it out loud, but first things first, my neck is measuring at 13.5 inches, arm is 12 inches, upper thigh is 27 inches, lower thigh is 22.5 inches, chest is 40, lower belly is 45. This is like where my belly button area is, and then the smallest part of my waist is at a 37 inch currently. And then I do always take a progress pictures throughout the journey. So I will be leaving my progress video either right here or just play it on the screen. Those I guess are more like physical body wise. Luckily our phones track our screen time, so I actually will be able to see the difference from before the 100 days to now. Sadly, and it's very sad to admit, screen time was like 6 hours plus. I know it's a lot, it's embarrassing, and that's where a lot of my mom guilt came from. A lot of times when I put my kids to bed, I would stay up for 3 a.m. and I mention this in my videos all the time, be like, okay, it's 2 a.m., it's 1 a.m., you already know that I don't get sleep. I mentioned that a lot on this channel, very beginning. I feel like I could be on my phone at night after I put my kids to bed. 3 hours, I would just be on the phone after that. And then in the mornings, if I wake up earlier than them, I'm telling you, I barely got my sleep habits were horrible. And then if I woke up before them, most of the time on the phone. When I shower, I listen to a podcast. Sometimes when I'm cooking, I'll watch YouTube videos while I'm cooking, and that's how my screen time went up. When I work out, I'm constantly clicking the screen because of the workouts. I had to the app that I have, I had to click through the screen to see the next workout, and I watch the workout that I'm supposed to be doing. So it's a whole thing. Currently, I'm averaging like 3 hours, and that is including me working out. which is usually 45 minutes to an hour. With all that being said, I can track my screen time from seeing it before, and now I can see it's after. So I guess I'll talk about the goals that I have for all of this. When it comes to the weight, there's not really a set weight that I want to be at, because I can't really tell you how my body will look at that weight or how I will feel at that weight. I can't tell you. So I always say my range is anywhere between 130 and 160, 165, 170. It's a ballpark like estimate, but that's all I can tell you guys. I really have no idea. Also, like I said, mentioned for social media, screen time area, I would like that, but by the end of this, I would just like to cut my screen time. I would like to not wake up and look at my screen immediately. And then I would like to not be on my phone even after my kids are sleeping. I would like to limit even just scrolling on social media. One thing that I did before was I deleted TikTok like sometime last year. So I don't really get on TikTok. That's why I'm not on TikTok. So if you see me on there, that's not me. Screen time is to just cut it to less than 3 hours, and the 3 hours include my workout time. Journaling, I would like to journal and not have to think about it and want to journal. That would be the goal at the end of this, is to just grab my journal and want to journal and write everything down happily and not feel like it's a chore. Pages, I love to learn, don't like to read. There's a problem there. I read more books this past year than I had my entire life, and that should say a lot. I just really don't. I just didn't like reading at all. I'm slowly getting the hang of it, but by the end of this, I would love to have that habit and continue self-improvement type of books. They're great, and yeah, eventually I'll try to go on to something else, but for now, I really like the self-improvement type of books. That's all I've read, so that's all I could say. But yeah, I would just like to pick that up as a habit, read, and not think too much. I would rather read than be on my phone. I guess my 18 calorie deficit, I'm reading on my page right now. This is just teaching me like portion sizes. It's not for everything. It's just to help me. It's an aid to help me with my weight loss. By the end of like this whole weight loss journey, I would just like to not live my life on a scale and not live my life overthinking about food. So I think it's called intuitively eating. That's something that I really am striving for, and it's a long journey ahead, but I'm here for the ride. Working out, I feel like I've already made this a habit. I discovered this today actually. I'm pretty sure I made this a habit. It's not a chore anymore. It's not something that I had to do it. I enjoy doing it officially. I can officially say that. There's sometimes periods where I'll go weeks where yeah, I enjoy it, and then I'm like, ugh. But I'm at the point where it's a habit, it's second nature. My body's like, let's go work out. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely feel like I forget to drink water. So just remembering this, doing 75 hard, that actually kind of keeps that habit going for me. But I'm still going to continue to show up for myself these next 100 days and drink my water. I drink 80 ounces. And I look back at this because a lot of times when I was breastfeeding, I felt like I didn't have enough milk. And my mom was always telling me, you need to drink water. And everything tells you, when you look it up, drink water. And I'm I am drinking water. But now that I look back on it, I'm I was not drinking any water. I just thought one water bottle was enough. Sleep. No more 3 a.m. stay-ups, no more mindlessly scrolling, staying up. I want to cut screen time earlier on and go to sleep. I strive for 7 hours plus every single day now. And last but not least, I actually touched on this earlier, which was the scale. I'm tired of stepping on that scale. I've lived my life, I feel on that scale for a very long time, just focusing on that number. If you've stuck around this far, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what next week's video is about. We're gonna be talking about breaking those bad habits. I'll kind of give you guys an update on where I am, and yeah, give you guys some tips on breaking those habits. So if you're interested in that video, like I said, subscribe. Post every Monday, Thursday. Mondays running vlogs, half marathon training type, And then Thursdays will be these 100 days of showing up series. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and for all the support that you guys give me. And if you didn't know, this mic is not on. I just feel more confident with a mic in my hand. Anyways, like I said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on Monday.